Virgo, it is going to be one heavy week for you, but there is a group of you that is going to be blessed by Venus, and I will reveal that to you during this weekly or week ahead Virgo tarot card reading. This is Born Without Boundaries, guys. My name is Michelle. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. I do hope you enjoy it. This is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. So please take all the energy that I describe where it resonates in your life. It's your reading. Feel free to leave comments below and let me know how it's impacting you. I always love to hear. Wow. This is actually really powerful. And I've got to say, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So first we have the Magician, which represents you. And it represents your own power and ability to take what's in front of you and make out of it what you will. This also represents that you have been manifesting something straight out of the ether, and it's about to manifest into the real world. This is also inspiration to create. And because there are so many oppositions between you and Pisces right now, because it's your opposite sign and because Mercury is in Pisces right now, this is a highly creative time for you when you will be experiencing intense inspiration. So everywhere you go, especially this week, please do, and I'll tell you why. I'll absolutely explain to you why, especially this week. Why I'm telling you to have a pencil and paper, a journal, or a notepad to have along with you all week long, or even like a little recorder, record voice notes into your voice memos, whatever you call them, into your phone. Just take them down, because there's a lot of inspiration that's coming through you right now. Pay attention to it, and also allow yourself to create. It's not a distraction. It may feel like a distraction, Virgo. It is not a distraction. Trust in it. And then we have, bam, this is you. This is the energy of you've cultivated something beautiful. You've cultivated something profitable, or you're about to be inspired by something that, if you allow the inspiration and follow it until fruition, until it manifests into reality, that you take it all the way, it will lead you to a great deal of abundance. This is also a sense of having realized yourself and realized who you are and invented the self that you feel is valuable, that you feel is good, and almost in some sense being able to stand on your own 2 feet. For some of you, this will absolutely mean finally having the courage to be single, or get out of a relationship that's lasted too long, or just get out of a bad job that doesn't appreciate you. This sense of finally feeling appreciated and manifesting that appreciation into reality. There could be a really nice paycheck coming to you this week. Hold on. We've just begun. Virgo. Financial is changing. And your ships are coming in. So something that's clarifying, because I wasn't sure if this meant something new is happening, right? And it still could mean something new if you're inspired by something new, because we had the first card that came out, in the future. It's saying it will change your finances. Whatever this is happening, whatever this that you're working on, or you're inspired by, or these ideas that are coming, they have the potential to really change your life by changing your income. And then we have the Three of Wands, which is telling me that there's an investment made now that is going to pay off very heavily, like really generously in the future. Now, this could be some of you actually receiving that payment now. Your abundance has come in and has landed in your hands. I got to get more specific as to, now hold on, because according to the astrology, it's those of you who are born at the very beginning of Virgo season that are going to be trine to Venus as she drops into Taurus. So for those of you especially, and I would say especially those of you who are born I mean, in August, I was August 21st, 22nd, 23rd, those early Virgos, it's you guys that are going to reap the finances the most, because Venus going into Taurus is exceptional financial energy, and it's abundance in finance. Somebody's very giving, or could, whatever you're doing could yield huger results now than it normally would have. It could also mean that you're willing to spend more. Either way, it's going to change your income. So if you make sure that the money's coming into you instead of going out, then it's going to change it in a very good way. Watch your expenses this week, especially Virgos that are born early in Virgo season. Okay, that's just that little side message that I promised you. I told you, I tell you. Come on now. If you want the full astrology breakdown, that's on Astrology Motivation. I do a deep dive weekly astrology forecast for every zodiac sign now. So instead of doing it at the beginning of this, I go deep and do it over there. Hold on. There is, it's almost like you're going to have to make a decision really quickly. And that doesn't really work for you. It's like you don't have the patience for it, or you rush into something because you don't have the patience for something. But ultimately, there's a sense of not needing the patience for it. This is definitely not necessarily taking your time with something or rushing into something that is new for you or different for you. I think it's new or different that you've rushed into something, or that you will give yourself the permission to rush into something, that you just feel really certain about it. So it's not necessarily like you, but it's definitely like, I don't know, an opportunity that you have to take. But why is Temperance in reverse? Because you're not having patience. You don't want to wait because of heartache. Oh, I understand. So you're being reactionary. There is some sort of reaction here to a great loss, some sort of financial loss, or being worried about not having money. This is heartbreak about sort of either going broke or losing finances, or being very worried that you're going to be losing finances. So when this opportunity comes in, there is a sense of, I need to act now. I need to rush into things. For those of you in that position, please, before you decide anything, take a few breaths. Like, just breathe in deep and exhale slowly, and give yourself, your mind, the clarity that it needs right now. When Mercury is in Pisces, which is it is right now, you need an extra time. You need extra time to think. Your brain can be foggy and jumping at shadows. So just saying that you might need a little bit of time to think, because if you rush into something too quickly, it will not change things for the better. It will actually change things for not so good. It's if you make that long-term investment and see it through, that it's actually going to work out well for you. There's an ending here. There's some sort of, there's an ending here. So it's like something you rushed into because you thought it would work out. You're realizing it's not meant to work out. We have 10 of Swords, just being done, having all the pain finished. I think your friends will be extremely happy because they've been hoping for this for a while. There's been something your friends have been wanting you to walk away from for a while. They've probably been telling you about it and got sick of telling you about it, because you argue with them and you probably win all the arguments. But it doesn't mean you're right. There is something that they have been wishing for and trying to get you to do for a while, which is leave this situation, leave this circumstance, let it be over. Because I'll tell you, somebody's about to go belly up, especially if this is your job. Like, the warning, it's almost like, I would say, the writing is on the wall. Believe it. Like, especially, like, let me know in the comments below, like, what have your friends been trying to warn you about? It's saying, listen, we can't put more energy into this. We can't hope anymore. We've just kind of like leave it behind because ultimately there's a sense of like self-destruction here in a way. You know, it's like rushing into something too quickly. So I'm glad that we got this. There's a sense of, almost in a sense, rushing at something too quickly because you have fear, and almost in some ways because you rushed it too quickly, because this is a good opportunity. But if you rush at it too quickly, it becomes something that you're going to topple over, or something that you rushed into too quickly in the past is now coming to a crash ending. And people have been warning you about it for a while. If you haven't listened, you're going to ultimately understand why now understand why they have been telling you what they have been telling you. Because there was something that was just impetuous or impulsive. King of Swords is here. It's best. King of Swords is here. He came out with the Six of Wands. So it's basically, it's like you're making a statement, or somebody has made a statement and come out publicly and been very supported, or it's you deciding to actually make a public statement or finally make a decision in order to, get back the support of friends or family. Because ultimately, I'll tell you, it's like they are right and you have been wrong, and they've been worried about you. Unless this is you have been worried about somebody and you've been seeing them heading toward a cliff and you've been like, come on, come back. And it's like now they finally realize, it's like finally something has gotten through where it's like, okay, now I know the right decision to make. And that's what it is. It's only with a clear mind, clear thought, and using your wisdom will you actually make the right choice. And if you do, there is victory and success here. Even if you're not the one that is ending things or walking away from things. No, this is you. This is definitely you. It's like you finally made a decision that is going to really, really benefit you after having to clean up from some major impulsivity. I don't know if it's yours or them. Either way, somebody finally is clarity and a decision is finally made that brings about a lot of support. People are fine, and you're not doing it to get the support, but it's like people. It's like when your friend comes over and they've been talking about their bad relationship for 5 years, and you've given them the best advice that you possibly can, but they just don't frickin' listen. And it's like you almost got sick of hearing it. Maybe it even almost ruined your relationship. But now it's like you see all of a sudden it click, and they call you and say, I've left them. And it's almost like, even though it's not your personal victory, it feels like it is. Because you don't have to go through that pain and struggle about worrying about somebody anymore. And you also, it's like, you were right. You were validated, but it's not about being right. It's about you not being stressed anymore. It's like, oh my God, I can finally not worry. And it's like I finally got through to them, because when you really care about somebody, you can't help but worry about somebody when you see them heading toward a cliff. You don't want no Thelma and Louise moments in your life, because Hollywood ain't real, right? You know what going off a cliff means, and there's a sense of you've been trying to tell this person, or somebody's been trying to tell you. This is when it finally clicks. This is when it finally happens, and a judgment is made that everybody is so happy about. Let's grab a moon card really quickly. Virgo. Don't let your past hold you back. Shut up. And this is South Node energy. South Node energy. Those of you who are Virgo 3s, I believe, born at the end of Virgo season, your natal sun is sextile to the South Node, and it's trine to the North Node. So there is a sense of making peace with your past and realizing, I don't have to keep going over and over this. A commitment that I made when I was 10, I don't have to keep when I'm 50. I'm actually supposed to be beyond that at this point. And if it's over, it's time for me to accept that. So there's some sort of acceptance and being able to move forward from a comfort zone that you or somebody has sat in too long, because comfort zones aren't necessarily good for us, right? Also a sense of don't feel like just because you made a decision 15 years ago, it still has to be a decision now. That's your past holding you back, right? Maybe you bought a house and you were really excited about it, and now the neighborhood is turned to shit. You don't have to keep it. Right? There's a sense of maybe you take a financial hit. So what? Get out of it so it doesn't get worse. That's kind of what the energy is. It's like, making a decision that feels like a huge relief. We have the Fool card here, and that's just Spirit saying, yeah, Virgo, it is time to trust your faith. It is time to trust your intuition. When Mercury is in Pisces, things aren't going to make sense, but you're going to sense what is right. Use your intuition and trust it. Let's continue with this reading in the extended. I will see you guys there. If you are on a television, the links won't work. You won't get a link up above. You won't get a link down below. So please have your phone handy, your mobile version or your desktop or laptop version, so you can click right on it and get right to it. And I'll see you guys there.